I want to welcome everyone to this program and really thank you for joining this special webinar with AARP and USDA regarding their housing repair loan and grant program. My name is Brad Anderson. I'm the state director for AARP Iowa. We are just grateful to do this program. So every year we do a lot of polling in this space. We do a lot of polling on caregiving in the state of long-term care. And every year when we do this poll, and we've done it for about 35 years, we ask a very simple question. Where do you want to age? And every year when we do this poll, we get the same answer. We want to age in place, in our homes, or in our community. In fact, the most recent poll that we did showed 77% of Iowans want to age in place in their homes. And so we at AARP understand the long-term care and caregiving and aging space very well, which is why we have spent so much time on programs like this, programs that help older Iowans age at home, which of course our polling shows is where they want to be. And so we want to meet that consumer demand, and we want to find as many programs as possible that helps them reach that goal. And so when I heard about this program from Director Greenfield at an event last fall, I knew that we had to share it and share it broadly. And so that's why we're here today. And they have a great presentation for you on this exciting program. So before I turn it over to Director Greenfield, I do want to do a little housekeeping. If you do have a question, the folks at USDA are going to monitor the chat. So please raise it in the chat. There will be time after the presentation to take yourself off of mute and ask the question, or we can ask it directly if you were to chat it, and then we can just address those as they're coming in. So without further ado, I'd like to turn it over to USDA Iowa State Director for Rural Development, Teresa Greenfield.
Thank you very much, Brad. And hello, everyone. Honestly, it's good to see you. Thank you for taking time to join this webinar today. We are really happy to be here, really happy to have this opportunity to do some outreach with AARP and all of you and their members. Again, I'm the state director here in the state of Iowa for USDA Rural Development. And before we get into our 504 home repair program, I just want to tell you a little bit about what we do more broadly. Our mission is really to invest and partner with rural communities, and only rural communities across the state, working to enhance economic opportunities and the quality of life for our rural residents. Really just doing everything we can to make our rural communities stronger and fantastic places to start a family, age in place, run a business, and really be part of a vibrant community. How we do that? Well, we make loans, grants, create partnerships and do loan guarantees with communities, with small businesses, with ag producers, and so many other entities across the state. Last year, we did over $500 million worth of loans and over $200 million with grants. And so I'll give you some ideas of what that looks like. We did a high-speed internet loan and grant to a telecom up in Lake Mills to help bring broadband to some of those rural communities and folks who currently do not have high-speed internet. It's so important. We made a significant loan and grant to Crawford County Hospital so that they could make improvements and provide the services that are needed to their region. We provided a loan and grant to Monticello and Jones County so that they could get a new ambulance. And Little Corning needed a skid loader so that they could remove snow from their sidewalks so that their residents and their seniors could get out for walks in the community. So there are so many things we do. Today, we want to tell you about our 504 home repair program. And I'm going to turn over to Abby Lukart, who is our Director of Housing, in just a moment. But I want you to know that we also live and work in the communities that we serve. We have 60 staff around the state in 10 different offices, and you are welcome to reach out to us, not only about your housing needs, but any other ideas you might have, and see if we have a program that can help support your community or your small business. I'm also put my name and number in the chat or my email. Please feel free to reach out anytime. We'd be happy to talk to you about your ideas and talk to you about our programs. And with that, Abby, I'm going to turn it over to you.
All right, thank you, Teresa. Hello, everyone, and good afternoon. As Teresa said, my name is Abby Lukart. I am our Single Family Housing Program Director for USDA Rural Development in Iowa. I work out of our state office in downtown Des Moines. Alongside Teresa, and I am very excited and honored to be here with all of you today. Before I get started, I just want to give a quick shout out and to say thank you to Alyssa and Brad for putting on and hosting this webinar, and for more importantly, including us to be a part of it. Teresa and I go out, we travel a lot throughout the state, and we always love the opportunities where we get to speak about the amazing programs that we have and all of the support and assistance that we can offer to those in rural Iowa. So on that note, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to give a brief overview to all of you today about our 504 home repair program. So you're stuck with me for the next 15 to 20 minutes, but as any questions may come up, like Brad said, please feel free to put them in the chat, and then there will be a Q&A session at the end as well that we can go through any other outstanding questions that you guys might have. Okay, I just want to start off by sharing the mission of what Rural Development's single family housing program is, and that is to provide decent, safe, sanitary, and affordable housing to eligible rural applicants in eligible rural areas throughout our state. We can do that through our 3 main single family housing programs, and you can see them listed on your screen. The 502 Direct Home Loan Program, the Guaranteed Home Loan Program, and the 504 Home Repair Program that I'm going to dive a little bit deeper in the next couple of slides. I do want to point out that the 502 Direct Home Loan Program and the Guaranteed Home Loan Program, those are 2 programs that we can offer financing to help applicants become homeowners. So maybe they don't own a home, maybe they need to buy a new home. We can offer that financing for them to purchase an existing home, or they can actually construct or build a brand new home as well. So you might be wondering, what is the purpose of the 504 home repair program? The purpose of this program is really to assist very low income homeowners make repairs to their home. We want to help them make repairs to their home to make the home more decent, safe, and sanitary. Maybe it has electrical issues, maybe there are some plumbing issues, maybe the home needs a new roof. This program can help with things like that. Remove a health or safety hazard. We can also help to improve or modernize a home for maybe a household that has someone that has a disability. We need to extend a ramp or a handrail. We need to widen a hallway for someone who is wheelchair bound. That is the purpose of this program. As you can see that little note, I love to say this and share this. We are here to help people stay in their homes. Helping to keep it in good repair helps families and communities throughout the entire state of Iowa, and that is something that my team and I are very, very passionate about doing. To qualify, so how do you qualify for the 504 home repair program? The home must be located in an eligible rural area. So our definition of eligible areas are typically those areas of the state focused with a population of less than 20,000 people. So you can see this handy dandy little map here. This is a quick snippet of the state of Iowa, but any of these areas with the dark coloring, those would be considered ineligible areas. So places like the Des Moines Metro, Cedar Falls, Waterloo, Mason City, Marshalltown, Council Bluffs, Sioux City, Ames, Cedar Rapids, Davenport, Muscatine, Iowa City, Fort Dodge, Marshalltown. That's just an example of the larger metro areas that would be considered ineligible for our program. Anything in that light shade of color is considered eligible for us, an eligible area, and we would be able to assist with our home repair program in those areas. The applicant must obviously be the homeowner. The home does have to be their primary residence, and they do need to live there full time. We get questions a lot about rental properties, if we can fix up rental properties, and the answer to that question is no. So the home does have to be the applicant's primary residence, that they live there full time. Another qualification would be the applicant may be unable to obtain affordable credit elsewhere at reasonable rates and terms. So maybe they've gone to a lender, another bank, who maybe they have a repair assistance program through their bank, and maybe they don't qualify through that lender. They can work directly with us. All right, so within our 504 home repair program, we actually have a loan portion of the program and we have a grant portion of the program. So I'm going to break down each part of the program a little bit further and talk about the 504 loan program first. So who qualifies and what are the terms of the 504 loan portion of the program? So the adjusted household income must not exceed the very low income limit for the household size and the county that the applicant is currently living in. And I will give an example of the income limits and how to determine what those are here in a couple of slides. But the applicant must lack personal resources to pay for those needed repairs. Maybe they don't have enough money in their checking account or their savings account. They have to have reliable income that is sufficient to allow repayment of the loan. We do offer a 1% fixed interest rate, which is extremely low. We can offer a standard loan term of up to 20 years, and we can loan up to $40,000 outstanding at one time. So that is the loan portion. Now I want to talk about the grant portion of the 504 home repair program. So in order to qualify for the grant portion of the program, at least one of the applicants has to be 62 years of age or older living in the home. In addition to one of the applicants being 62 years of age or older, the grant or the project or the repair must be used to either remove a health or safety hazard or to repair or modernize a dwelling to make it more accessible for maybe someone with a disability. We did have some recent handbook changes that came out as of last Wednesday, which it's been great timing for this webinar. And basically, if a homeowner, if at least one of the homeowners is 62 or older, and the repair or project is to do one of these two things, remove a health or safety hazard, or repair or modernize a dwelling to make it more handicap accessible, we can loan the full $10,000 grant to an applicant. The household income does have to fall below the grant income limit for, again, the location of the home, the county that the applicants are currently living in, and the size of the household. As mentioned, we can offer up to a $10,000 lifetime maximum to any one household or dwelling. It does not have to be used, the full $10,000 does not have to be used all at once. If there's a $2,000 air conditioning replacement and they need a new roof or they need to come back for a new furnace, they can come back to us several times, all at different times. There's no time frame attached to it up until that $10,000 lifetime maximum is met. There's no minimum grant requirement, and the grant is 100% forgiven after 3 years. I do get this question a lot, so I just wanted to add a sentence on the time frame of this. If the home is sold within the 3 years of grant approval, the full amount of the grant must be repaid. So furthermore, some of our applicants, they could qualify for grant only. Some of them may not meet the 62 years of age limit, and they may qualify for only a loan. Some actually qualify for both. It could be a grant loan combo depending on the size of the project and the amount of the repairs are needed. So again, this program is strictly based on income. It's based on age, depending on if you qualify for the loan or the grant. It's based on the location of the home, the county that they currently reside in, and the repairs and the project that is needed. So here's to just give you a quick example, show you an example of how we determine what the income limits are. So we follow HUD's income limits, and for those of you who might follow that or may not, HUD's income limits just were updated and effective on May 15th. So our new income limits for the 504 program should be coming out within the next couple of months, and we do see a slight increase every year in our income limits. So I live in Story County, so I thought that I would give this an example of Story County. So this is how you kind of determine, and I would be happy to share this information, a better cheat sheet sort of document with anybody who is interested. But again, it is really dependent on the number of people living in the household, the county that they are currently residing in, and then the first highlighted section is the grant income limit. So again, a one-person household, their adjusted income limit would have to be below $21,100 to qualify for the grant. And of course, someone in the household would have to be 62 years of age or older. And then the very low income limit, which is the next line right below that, a one-person household in Story County their adjusted household income limit would have to be below $50,250. So again, if anybody is interested in those specific income limits by county, I would be happy to share that with you. But just wanted to give you an example of kind of how we look at those income limits. The next slide, I'm sure, is one that will be of interest for most of you. You're probably all wondering, what can this program be used for? What can the 504 home repair program, what sort of repairs and projects can we loan or grant for? This list is not all inclusive, but these are some of the more popular items I would say that we loan or grant on. Insulation, like I mentioned, we can add ramps, handrails, walk-in tubs or showers. Maybe someone needs more accessibility to a tub or a shower. Or again, we can widen the hallway to make someone who is wheelchair bound have more space to go down the hallway. We can repair or replace things such as roofs, new windows, if there are electrical issues, plumbing issues, a new furnace, a new AC unit, a new water heater. We've done siding, we've done stoops, steps. We can replace water and sewer systems. And something new to our handbook, there used to be a restriction on site prep and landscaping, new and existing decks and driveways. So with our recent handbook changes effective last week, we can now loan or grant on these last three items regarding site prep. So that could be things like grading, seeding, sod, trees, fences, sidewalks, replacing a concrete or asphalt driveway, anything like that. But again, this list is not all inclusive, but this just gives you an idea of some of the repairs that we have loaned or granted on in the past. All right, another question that you might have is, how do we apply? Who do we apply with? How do we get the application? What's your team consist of? So through the 504 home repair program, the applicants actually apply directly through my team. So in essence, we are the lender, we are the grantor for this program. So an applicant can contact us. We can go over the program, ask them some questions over the phone. We can meet in person. We can do it via email. But basically, those applications are processed in the order that they are received by our staff. Our housing team is currently made up of 15 staff members. We accept applications all year round as long as funding remains available. So for those of you who are familiar with our fiscal year, it begins October 1st every year and goes through September 30th. So we have about 4 months left in fiscal year 23, and we have plenty of funds available nationwide and in Iowa. There is no application fee that goes along with this program, and there are typically minimal or no closing cost at all involved in most cases. If you or someone you know would benefit from this home repair program, maybe you have questions, maybe you want to inquire further, please have them call us. We are happy to assist them over the phone, in person, over email. We can help walk them through the application process. We can help them collect documents, everything that they need to submit to us in order to make application. We are more than willing to assist them in any way that we can. So in about 2014, we centralized our housing program. So you can see on your screen, there is a centralized email address, there's a centralized phone number, and there's a centralized fax number. So again, if you or anyone that you know of may benefit from this program, please have them reach out to us via this email address or this phone number, and we would be happy to assist. We do have 11 offices throughout the state of Iowa. We have the state office in downtown Des Moines, and then you can see this screen. We have 10 area offices broken out throughout the state. So you can see kind of color coded how they are broken out. But again, we are more than willing to meet with anyone in person. We can go out to their house to help fill out the application, collect documents, just have them contact us. And we are, again, more than willing to assist in any way that we can. All right, I'm almost done, bear with me. Our 504 impact within Iowa, this is just a quick snapshot of the last 2 fiscal years and the activity that we have actually done in Iowa. So in fiscal year 2022, which again started October 1st, ran through September 30th, we obligated 92 grants for $542,056, which was actually 162% of our allocation last year. And we made 54 loans for $331,810. So again, we surpassed our 100% of our allocation last fiscal year. And so far in fiscal year 23, we are on track to do the same thing. So we have made 48 grants so far for just over $300,000. In case you're curious, our average grant amount is about $6,314. We've made 31 loans for just under $200,000, and our average loan amount is about $6,434. So as mentioned, we have plenty of funds available nationwide. We have plenty of funds available in Iowa through September 30th. Once we spend all of our money in Iowa, we can steal from other states. So funding will remain plentiful through close of business on September 30th. All right, I guess real quickly want to share a success story with all of you. We just had a recent 504 applicant who we closed on. She ended up with a loan and grant combination to have her septic system replaced. She ended up receiving the full $10,000 grant with a $4,280 loan for the project. She was ecstatic when our loan specialist called to give her the news that she was approved and that we were able to help replace her septic system. She was almost in tears and she was beyond grateful for our program. So not a lot of people know about this program. That's why we love to get out and share the news. And I feel like there are so many rural Iowans in this state that could benefit from this program. So please reach out, send anybody that you think would qualify or would benefit our way. And again, we would be happy to assist. I just wanted to throw this slide in here. Jenna, who is part of my team and on this call, she issues a quarterly single family housing newsletter. So if anybody is interested in signing up through our Gov Delivery, again, we will make this PowerPoint available. And maybe we can put the link in the chat, but we like to send out program updates if there's big changes. We've been sharing information about our staff, a little get to know you section. So if interested, please sign up to be a part of our Gov Delivery for our quarterly newsletters. And with that is all I have. That was a quick overview. Here is my contact information if anybody would like to get a hold of me, my email address and phone number, and I guess we can open it up for questions. And I have not been following along in the chat, so I don't know if there are questions. I had to close out because I was going to get distracted.
I've got a question, Abby,
Yes.
from the chat. One of the questions was, I wanted to know if these loans are part of the CRA guidance that banks have implemented, the Community Reinvestment Act. My answer to that would be no, because I'm not familiar with that. So totally separate program. And then for those who are not following the chat too, several people have asked whether or not this presentation will be shared. It will be, and I believe we're going to put it so you can download it in the chat, right? So, or you gave your contact information as well. So, you know, in the chat, feel free to just reach out directly. It's not robots that pick up the phones at USDA. It's live human beings, which is great. Your customer service is always very good. What other questions? Feel free to take yourself off of mute if you've got a question too, since we're kind of here at the end of the presentation. You know, one thing I would say too, in addition to this, is the number one thing that we get at AARP is questions about how do I retrofit my bathroom? And so when you mention those walk-in showers and handrails, that is the perfect type of project for the grant, and because most of that work would be covered under the $10,000 grant, so it really is perfect. And we see a lot of that. We see a lot of ramps, handrails, walk-in tubs, showers. I mean, that's becoming a really popular eligible use of our funds, and yes, we can absolutely do all of that. Someone else is just asking, wanted a little more clarity on the income requirement. That is, again, it is complicated. I would agree. With the best advice, if you're unclear, should they just contact USDA? That's fine. And the example that I showed, they make it so complicated to figure out and read that. So we've actually created our own cheat sheets that I would be more than happy to share with you that really
breaks it out by county, whether it's a grant, whether it's a loan, by county, and the number of the people in the household is really what determines what the income limit is. For elderly households, we do have a $400 elderly household deduction, and then we can actually also deduct any reoccurring medical expenses. So if somebody appears to be over the income limit, just keep those things in the back of your mind that there are ways that we can help get them under the income limit to qualify for the program.
Got it. Okay,
Yep.
That's very good to know. Then we've got, are grants only provided to individuals, or are businesses and nonprofits eligible to apply?
Yes, so the 504 home repair program is specifically to individual homeowners. We do have actually a housing preservation grant that has a open application period right now. I think the application closes June 5th. So that program would be geared towards those nonprofits, those entities who then could in turn make grants to homeowners as well. So Allie, if you want to email me, I would be happy to share that information, a fact sheet on the housing preservation grant as well, if you're interested.
Excellent. So any other questions? Okay, we've got the PDF up of the PowerPoint. Well, this has been tremendous. And again, I cannot stress enough how amazing the customer service is at USDA. So really just email Abby directly, and if you've got questions, and she'll be able to help you. But you know, this is exactly what we're trying to do at AARP, is to help people stay in their homes, and USDA, you all are doing that. So I just can't thank you enough for sharing this information with us last fall, and then of course being able to provide this information to our members. So Abby, Director Greenfield, you're doing terrific work at USDA, and thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you for having us and helping us spread the word. We appreciate it.